Hello, my friends. It is I, Sebastien, back again. Thrifter, reseller, collector. A man most noted for being extremely disciplined, organized, and also most humble. In this video, I'm going to do a little show and tell on some of my recent clothing finds. So there's quite a bit, and this is the organization I'm talking about. Incredible, astounding. I mean, I'm definitely not a madman, but I'll start going because it's a lot. So, anyways, can I do this without everything just falling over and destroying me? Already, it's off to a bad start. It's precarious. It's actually very bad. But I'm gonna not worry about it. Derrick Rose jersey. Bulls. This is a cool one. They only priced it at $13. So Adidas, and it's stitched. I tend to mostly only pick up the stitched jerseys if I can, because and for basketball, what I'll do is I will pick up the vintage 90s like champion jerseys. Those aren't stitched, but they still sell pretty well, especially depending on the player. The Rose jersey, Bulls Rose stitched, it sells very well. So, I mean, as I've said before, it's the only Derrick Rose you want is Bulls. Sorry, New York, but I hate the Knicks anyway, so it kind of works out for me. I just never support the Knicks. 90s Knicks is probably the team I hate the most of all time, but that's because I grew up as a Pacers fan too. This is Bad Birdie right here. Bad Birdie. And this one is kind of a golf performance polo. Let's see, paid about $5 on that, so that's good. Bad Birdie is one that a lot of the stores, they'll price that up to $20. At $20, you can't do anything with it as a reseller. So I mean, run for the hills if they price it like that. Like as I've said before, I really don't care how they price. It's up to them, and it's up to me whether I pick it up or not. It's a constant battle between consumer and retailer in pricing. So it's not personal, it's just business. So I try and remember that. This is cool. It's United Colors of Benetton polo. I haven't really researched it much, so I can't tell you if it's vintage. It's probably not vintage, but I love this brand. I want to, my friend, Michelle, who helps me pretty much with everything, she was telling me she was listening to a podcast about the history of this company. I mean, they originated from Italy, and then, they had their arc of I think they started in the 60s, and then, eventually, they blew up and became so huge, and then eventually downfall, which, I mean, that happens. Everything has a life cycle, always. Everything big and small, individual to corporations, they all got life cycles. Patagonia, plaid, long sleeve. It's nice. I got it mostly because of the price. It's $7, so maybe sell for $25-30 is my thinking on that one. This one's cool. This one I want to wear a few times actually. This here, let me splash it out here. Royal Hawaiian Creations. Made in Hawaii, and it's just got the guitars all over the place. This is good design in my opinion, and the material is pretty nice. Hopefully it's not some trash polyester. I don't think it is. I will pick up polyester sometimes if it's the right thing, but I am becoming more sensitive to materials over time as I'm doing this. I didn't know the first thing about materials before reselling clothing. I mean, I just went by, for myself, when I was shopping, by feel. And there's certain things I can't really pick up for myself, like wool just makes me want to die when I wear it. This is Abercrombie and Fitch, and the cool thing is it has a very retro 80s kind of like that embroidered, and it's kind of just the color scheme and everything is very it's 80s decor, 80s home decor kind of thing, which back in the day, did I hate it? Of course I did. Now I got a little bit of nostalgia for it, I suppose, and it's back in vogue. Like you see, it's getting mass printed on major clothing brands. This one I got because it was very well priced, nicely designed, good materials. It's a Montero jeans, size small jacket. Wait, I'm not showing you the correct thing. You can kind of see. There we go. Price was $8. A lot of these, I forget to say, I pick up at Goodwill most. Savers as well. And so usually I can manage to snag the 20% off coupon. I'm here in Phoenix, so that's the way they work. If you hit over $20 and spend, you can use 20% off coupon. And you can use it as much as you want, like store to store, it doesn't matter. This is a vintage Levi's denim Pro Snap, size XL. It's nice. I can't tell, I'm still really working on learning the tag, so I don't think that's super vintage. But it's fun. It's kind of like trying to untangle a puzzle, and there's a lot of nuances to it. And part of the fun for me with a lot of this stuff is the research and understanding the patterns and the nuances behind the patterns, because everything is a pattern basically, from nature to like human made, and cultural constructs and stuff. So not to get too deep on it, look at me. This is a esports jersey, and it's fairly rare, and this Cloud9 thing, it actually does sell, so it wasn't priced bad, and I got curious on it. I will check, depending on how fast I'm needing to go. When I see something like this, I'll be like, let's take a look on that, especially because the price was low, because it can be tied to sort of a popular like esports thing that I know nothing about, but now it's on my radar now that I looked it up. So you do build your memory bank on things, and then even if I looked that up and it turned out it was nothing, now it's in my wheelhouse of knowing what to avoid or not get, which is as I've learned over time, as important, if not more important, than knowing what to get, because it allows you to work faster, because you can scan, you're like, no, yes, no, and speed is an advantage. You want to maintain, improve your hit rate basically in speed. So there's always going to be some errors. I mean, I make errors all over the place. They're not irrecoverable. It's just you want to lower your error rate over time and focus on having some decent speed. This is fantastic. This is classic 90s right here. Michelle knew this artist. She said she was very popular and saturated back in Barbara Wallace, I think is what it is down there. But classic 90s, but aren't those colorful horses and ponies? Isn't that awesome? And did I show you the tag? I don't even think I did. It's Fred Harvey. So this is a tag from the 90s. Very cool one. This one, I'll always introduce this guy this way, even though, sometimes we do bad things, and I do believe people can be forgiven, or, all that, and change. But noted dog lover, Michael Vick. I guess I'm kind of an asshole and always introducing his stuff that way. I just sold one of his other jerseys fairly recently. So his jerseys are popular. I have not found any Falcons jerseys of his, just the Eagles, funny enough. I'm actually working through that now, not too bad. Hasn't destroyed me yet. This, I was iffy on, but it's Vans hooded denim jacket, and it's Y2K. How did I find that out? There was a way and it's size small. So, some resellers do not pick up size small. I understand. That's okay. I don't mind. You just have to understand the speed of sell-through is probably going to be slower. But this is the tag right there with the bones. It's a collab with a person. And yeah, this should sell maybe $50. Not bad. The big jersey. Oh, what did I pay on the big jersey? I don't think I even told you. I paid 20. But the big should sell for around 80, I think. This is a personal pickup. This is just a nice Land's End flannel with, I just love the colorway. I think it's a good colorway. What do you think? Is it good? And oh, this piece I loved. I love these kind of pieces. I haven't researched it yet, but you know, these kind of ethnic, beautifully embroidered, you know, kind of long dress, you know. But let me show you the embroidery work. It's God damn, it's fantastic. Oh, I gotta be careful. I got my coffee cup down there. Can you tell I'm a disaster? Look at that. Isn't that cool? So good. And you know, these kind of things they don't usually price out. Paid about $6.50. You know, the thing is, these can take a little while to sell because you're really looking for the one right customer who will appreciate that kind of piece, and that piece does deserve to be appreciated, in my opinion. Obviously, I'm biased. I selected it, so but still, I think it's very cool. This is just a Polo Ralph Lauren hoodie. I think this one I paid up on. Yeah, they had it. Oh, this is the Raintree store. They are absolute bastards with their pricing. I should say it's in Scottsdale here in Phoenix. So Scottsdale stores, you know, they're aggressive with their pricing. That's okay. I mean, they got a lot of money slushing around those areas. But yeah, that wasn't a good one actually. That's a mistake right there, because I just noticed a flaw on it too. It's just kind of pissing me off. I'm mad at myself for the mistake. That's on me. This is cool. This is a Motley Crue leather jacket. I think it must have been sold at some kind of specialty shop in Hollywood. So paid $20 on this. This should sell for good money. Probably 100 or even a little more. See, this is the champion jerseys I was talking about for the vintage stuff, where this isn't stitched. Not stitched, you know. So it's not quite as nice, but this was paid 16 on this. But it's Penny Hardaway. You know, he was, as a kid, I loved him when he was with the Magic, and then, you know, he came to the Suns, and, you know, he was already busted up with injuries on his knees. So, Suns, Penny Hardaway is, you know, he's kind of like Grant Hill, where those two guys got decimated by injuries, and they would have been, like, all-time great. You know, if they could have, you know, avoided injuries, but that's part of sports, and professional sports. You put your body through the grinder, so... avoiding major injuries is actually, you know, you do it long enough, that's very hard. Not everybody can be LeBron. These are cool. These I paid $8 on, and at first I was just going to get them for myself. These are Nike, like all over print, Dragon shorts. And then, so I was going to get them for myself, and then I started comping them just because I was curious. I'm like, what are these actually worth? And I saw, oh, these are worth money. I'm not keeping those. You know, sometimes that's my rule. I'm like, if I'll keep a cheapo thing for myself, but if it's super fancy or worth some money, I mean, I can't keep all the nice things. That's I remember at the book gallery here in Phoenix, I love that store, and I've talked with the owner a lot. He's a real kind of OG, kind of older fellow who is super knowledgeable. I love him. He's very quirky. He's an interesting guy. But he's like, I'll ask him. I remember asking him when I was first meeting him, oh, do you collect? He's like, oh, no, never collect, you know, because he knew some other book sellers, a bookstore where the people did collect, and they basically skimmed all the best stuff for their own collections. And then he said later on they went out of business, and he bought their stuff for pennies on the dollar. So I'm like, yeah, I understand. I can't help it. I like collecting personally. So, but it is if I didn't have any emotional connection to the objects, I mean, it would be easier to be purely mercenary about selling things. So, you know, there's trade-offs because being a collector, it adds even extra, you know, I love the objects and I love learning about them. It's like, it's fun. You know what I mean? It's not a job. This one I just got for myself. And it's just a fun one, kind of Western shirt with the, you know, some of that embroidering. So I thought it was cool. You know, like you see, I pick up a few pieces here and there for myself. Now this is cool because, oh yeah, first let me show you. I met a fellow Phoenix reseller, and he's deep in the vintage shirts. Roman, he's a really cool guy, and he's very, very knowledgeable on the vintage shirts, and he's probably my age range, you know, so we connect on that level probably. But he found this vintage hand done Conan. He didn't know it was Conan because, but I know because of the books and stuff and the book covers. So it's hand done, and I mean it's freaking awesome. It's from '83. It's signed. Where is it? This is the kind of stuff. I paid him $80 for it, which, you know, is he gets paid. I think it's a very cool piece. He probably could sell it for more with patience because this is just a very cool piece. And I was showing this to Michelle, Michelle who helps me with everything, and she was telling me that, oh yeah, she knows the exact kind of pens that they were using. They were like Aunt Martha's, like, you know, fabric pens or something, because of the way the markings are on there. Isn't that interesting? So, you know, I always love learning on a piece like that. How was it done? You know, kind of deal. And Michelle, boom, she just knew it because she's got crazy knowledge on stuff. So that was neat. Now, Roman, we met outside of a Goodwill, and he'd been chilling there for a little bit, picking off the new racks like a sniper, and he got this USA hockey jersey. Is it Nike? Nike, yeah. This is a good one. So he was telling me, hey man, you want this? Like and he just passed it off to me. And yeah, it was priced up. I paid $24 for it, but this is actually worth good money. So that was nice. It basically pays for me picking up that awesome custom shirt, vintage custom painted shirt. So, you know, universe balances sometimes. Vintage Gap, 90s. This was supremely 90s. I mean, flannel. Let's see. I'll show you the tag here. Yeah, it was not too bad. I paid about $9. There we go. You see? So that's cool. I mean, won't sell for too much, but it's very sellable because it's very in vogue. Okay, a couple things fell, but this is cool. This is kind of a African duster. Like I was showing you on one of those first pieces I showed you. I really like those kind of like really nicely embroidered pieces. And you can see some of the patterning on there. Isn't that cool? Now, you gotta be patient on this stuff. Look at the sleeves there. I mean, isn't that nice? I think it's great. I'll show you the tag. These kind of pieces, you know, they're not saturated, so there's not always a ton out there. Not a brand I know. I mean, it's probably some small, like, boutique kind of thing. But we'll research, we'll learn, and should sell. You know, these things, they're not usually priced up. I think I paid $6 on that. And you can usually probably look to sell for $100 with patience. No, let's see. This is like a poncho thingy. Let me find out. Apparently it's vintage. The material seems so clean though that I'm not 100%. So I want to research before I make some wacky claim, but it's called a cuddle knit. 70s, 80s apparently. But I just noticed it because it's got a cool cool pattern and stuff here, you know. And it's in apparently good condition. So what was the price on that? Let's see. Yeah, about $6.50. So, you know, I don't need to sell for a lot, maybe $40. These are Polo Ralph Lauren. I mean, kind of jammy, sort of. You can wear them for daily wear if you want, if you're super casual. But they're nice. This one wasn't priced up, so yeah, I paid about $5.50 on it. Oh yeah, this is one I had mentioned in a previous video. I paid up a little bit on this at a estate sale. Rhonda Stark. I love Rhonda Stark. This is a good look, in my opinion. This is. If I was a woman, or if this fit me, I'd wear it. So this is the tag here, Rhonda Stark. I mean, this is just I mean, isn't that great? You know, the Southwest look to it. It's got shoulder pads. You know, it's vintage. So maybe sell for $60. Throwing that out there like that, but you know, we'll see. That the style's impeccable. It'll eventually sell decently. This dude, legend, Brian Urlacher. It's not stitched though, so that's the only thing. But the reason I picked this one up, and I've come across Urlacher jerseys before. He was a very popular NFL player for the Bears, and that one cost about 10. So since the price was okay, then you know now I can sell it for somebody and don't even have to sell for much. It's good to provide deals for people. So so long as your entry into a piece is not too crazy. I didn't even count this. I was just like, dude, this is a no-brainer. Polo Ralph Lauren Bear. Oh, I forgot my bear in the studio. My Polo Ralph Lauren Bear. He would approve. Ralph, little Ralph Bear that I have in the studio. His name's Ralph, obviously. He'd be like, God damn, they're putting me on T-shirts now. I made it, and everything and clothing. So yeah, cost $8. So nice. This one I hesitated. It's not a bad piece. It's just like I'm like, but it's LL Bean, modern, contemporary, kind of heavy knit, cable knit sweater, nice pattern, and the price was good though. It was like, you know, 7 list right there, and it's Bean signature, made in China though, so you know, not everything made in China is bad. It's just, you know, it's just not going to be a selling point, obviously. Unless you're talking about ancient Chinese, you know, antiques and artifacts, then we love if it's made in China. This is a cheap one. This is like a tunic with a cool, you know, lining on there, pattern lining. So Michelle thinks this might have been used as like for like a costume or something. So $7.50 cost. I will explore what that can be sold for, but not too bad. It's cool. Although that one, maybe I shouldn't have picked up. I get too excited, obviously, where, you know, I'm like, come on, man, have a little more discipline on that one. Just because that one is hard to comp. The other ones I got that had like the African kind of, oh, what's it called? You know, the duster and the one of those early pieces with all the crazy good embroidering. Those are good. This one is a little more innocuous and bland. So even though it's got some cool touches, I might have, you know, I might have been better served if I'd just left it behind. This is a vintage Saks Fifth Avenue houndstooth jacket. Paid $8. Blazer, I mean. So that's a good one. This one, I think, is this All Saints? Yeah, this is an All Saints blazer. Also paid $8 on it. Let me see where the tag is here. So All Saints, and I looked this one up. It should be good. Right there, pretty cool. My blazer game still, you know, not that great. It's like shoes, but you learn. And the great thing is they don't take too much space, and the entry cost on them is not bad. So you know, I'm not assuming too much risk on there. This one was also $8, and I just like the feel and the material on this blazer. And what was the brand? Let me see. Joseph Aboud, but it was the soft no. There was something about this one that was good. But $8 on that. I'm not going to spend an hour trying to remember why the hell I picked that up. This is the second one of these I've found and picked up. This one was priced up a bit. This one cost me $20. World War II era Navy peacoat. And it's very good material. I mean, some of these, you know, there's a couple little wear spots. It's pretty good condition though. These were built to last. But the buttons on there are cool. You know, classic. And where's the tag? There's the tag. This is 36R, so it's a bit smaller. And you can see a little bit the person's name. I mean, these pieces, that carries history right there, you know. So it's completely understandable why people want to collect those things. For me, you know, that wouldn't be the military stuff I'd collect, just because I like a little bit more stuff going on. But man, even if you have a Navy background or you're very interested in the Navy or World War II, yeah, that would be a cool pieces to have, display. I don't know if people wear them though. Oh yeah, this is a good one actually. So this is a suit, a full suit, J. Crew Ludlow. And that's a good one to look for the suits, as I've learned. And here we go on the tag, as you can see. Let's see. So this one, I think I paid about 16 total for pants and the blazer. So, but these sell well. There's a very strong market on those. This is a little Ralph Lauren, women's petite though. I think for women's smaller sizes is not quite as detrimental as in the men's. So that's my understanding. So $8 on this. You know, this is one of those pieces I will try and price aggressively on the lower side just to move it. And I like, as I've explained a lot of times, I love picking up Polo Ralph Lauren. But because I get a lot of inventory, I try and price the more like regularish stuff aggressively to move, and more special pieces I try and be a little more firm on in my higher pricing to get paid. That's on average what I do. Not always true, but that's on average. This, you know, I just, this one maybe I should have left behind, but I really liked it. It's that low contrast all over print floral pattern from Calvin Klein, and I think it's vintage based on that tag I showed you. It was a little bit above $5. I actually want to try to wear that a few times and actually learn more on the piece and the tag. I don't know. So there's a couple brands beyond Levi's I really want to learn the tags for to understand and assess the era. And that's going to be Calvin Klein, Lee for denim, and Wrangler for denim. That's the ones I really want to learn personally. And you know, it's just a question of spending time and you know, look at eBay sold comps, look at, you know, the various websites. I think Fashion Guild is a good resource on that. You know, you can't learn everything, but you can spend time here and there, and it'll pay off. This is a Polo Ralph Lauren, just a nice beige sweater. I think it's got cashmere, but like it's like 10% cashmere. You can still use the keyword, and you're not lying. But I would just say cotton cashmere blend, just because I think it's 90% cotton. So I will generally try and not lead with cashmere if that's not the primary thing. Just so I'm not an asshole, you know, because I'm like, I don't want to completely mislead people. Oh, man, the Kachina doll down here just caught the sweater. So let's see. This I got purely on style. Because look at that. Isn't that graphic amazing? That is some just absolute rock and roll graphics. Paid about $6.50 on this guy. Now what is this band? Is it a band? Boys, you know, holy shit, I don't know what this is. But I love it. I think it's cool. That's just on style alone. This is fun. I mean, I got this for myself. For when we're roasting here in the Phoenix summer, as you can see, it's very light fabric. You know, we're right now here in Phoenix. You know, we are super happy because the weather is magnificent. But we pay in the summer. Don't you worry. We get ours. We get our asses kicked in the summer. This is cool. Sundance, kind of Southwest design. Very beautiful. Beautifully done. I've only picked up one Sundance piece before. I think it's an alright brand. I can't tell you too much. I mean, maybe it's better than I'm imagining, but they do some nice stuff. Lacoste, you know, I got the weakness for Lacoste as well. Polo Ralph Lauren, and this one just had enough stuff going on, barely, for me to pick it up, and the price was okay. And the reason I picked it up is the collar. You know, which is decent, you know, and it was $5. You know, probably something like that I'd sell for 20 or 25. I try and be careful to not pick up too many pieces that aren't over $30, or, you know, theoretically, unless it's t-shirts. T-shirts, you know, I'm a lot more I don't mind picking up cheaper stuff sometimes if I like the design. This is $16, Houston Astros, Villainous Club, but this is a cool variant. It should sell decently. I say villainous because they're cheaters, but you know, a lot of people at those levels are doing all sorts of whatever you can do to get your advantage. You know, this is Viore. These cost about $4. Viore. Do I like Viore? No, I think they're boring. They're boring as hell. But people like them. So usually I try not to get stuff that I don't particularly enjoy, but that one was right there, like on the fresh rack. So sometimes I'm a hypocrite and I'll do that. I'll pick up stuff I don't really like. But maybe that's because, I don't know. This is cool. This cost about $8.50. This is a vintage kind of overcoat, wool, pure virgin wool, Sterling Stahl Group out of Canada. There we go. Poor Viore. I shouldn't say those things. I don't know why I get these like particular like thinking on certain brands where I'm like, I don't like it. I think it's because it's too basic, probably. And it's not for me. I'm not into the athleisure stuff that much. So, you know, and that's fine in life. There's a lot of stuff that's not for me. Doesn't mean it's bad. It's just not for me. So, anyways. This is True Religion. I just kind of like these. I don't know if these are in style at all, to be honest with you. And they always price up True Religion. This costs $24. But, you know, I like these. I might try and wear them a few times just to see, but I think it's a little too funky for me, actually, in terms of pant wear. This is nice. Polo Ralph Lauren rugby jersey. You know, these are great. This one paid about $14 on, but a good colorway. That's like classic, really classic look. This one, man, I picked up a lot of stuff for myself, but sometimes when I'll pick up something for myself, I'll have it in my rotations for a while, and then since I thrift out of the other stuff, then it gets pulled and then I'll sell it, you know. This is probably going to be one of those, this is just Cody James, this is probably going to be also summer wear, you know, you know, I hope people don't think I'm, you know, I hate that patriotic stuff, you know, with the flag, which actually is kind of, you know, desecrating the flag, frankly. I think that's actually, but, you know, if you can make money, it's capitalism. So stick the flag on stuff, they won't care, and call it patriotic. There's my aside for you. But the thing is, it's gotten very appropriated by certain political angles. And I'm like, you know, some stuff needs to get reappropriated. So it's not tied to fascism. There you go. See where I'm at. This is a good. See, this is the kind of actually athletic like workout gear I would probably want to wear if I was heavy into that culture. Dark sport, or wait, yeah, it's dark sport, right? I almost called it Dark Wolf. But yeah, this is a good brand. It's kind of you know, it flies decently under the radar, I suppose. There you go. It's the Wolfie. It's not complicated. This one I paid about $7 on, so that's good. This one, this is pretty cool, actually. It's kind of a unique piece, I think. It's a movie tie-in, or connected to the movie Speed Racer. That the what's their names? The Wachowski. I can't remember their names. The people who did The Matrix. They did this movie, and so this is they must have been doing some merch tied to the movie. So let's see, paid about $14 on it. And here I'll show you what the tag looks like. It's not quite vintage. It's Y2K though, like mid-late Y2K. This is a cool shirt. This is really cool, actually. It's vintage. It's got shoulder pads, so you know it's women's. But I love that they were throwing shoulder pads into shirts. You always got to look like a linebacker, I guess. But there's your tag on it. So I think that's very 90s. I mean, this is not going to have been made. If it's vintage, it's not going to have been made in any other time than the 90s. That kind of colorway and stuff. Look, very Southwest. Fun. Love it. Oh, this is our little pal. This is man, myth, legend. Do you know this dude? I hope you do. I'd be worried if you didn't. That Stitch. Don't act like you don't know him. I got a Stitch figure around here, right here. There we go. See? I got a little Stitch dude in chilling. Isn't that cool? So you can see I'm a Stitch believer. And this is the back. Disneyland Resorts Spirit jersey. Paid about $7.50. You know, these sell pretty good. This one's just, I love the pattern on it. I thought this is such a cool look. Right here, this women's blazer, sport coat, jacket. Let's see, what was the brand though? It's called, oh yeah, Gypsy Junkies. Gypsy Junkies. So it's vintage. You're not really going to get, can you see it? It's really hard to see because it's a little bit coming off. You're not going to get away with calling your brand that nowadays. Gypsy? I'm pretty sure that's fairly derogatory. Oh, there's Jasper. Jasper is communicating that something's going on. I understand. Don't worry, Jazzy. I'm sure it's fine. Like we're being robbed or something. Oh, Jasper wouldn't bark. He would run and hide. I mean, I love Jasper. I'm just joking. He would mess people up. This is just a cool cardigan, and it does have let's see, paid a little over $4. It does have some info on it, barely. I don't know what that is, but it's a cool one, just based on style. And I did see some online, just through Google Lens, and they seem to sell well. But I want to double check based on that brand name. So I didn't dig too hard. This one I paid up for. This is like a special edition Pirates jersey, 412. Right here. I did see. So I'll tell you, I paid $32. $32 is very high to pay for a jersey. It's very high to pay for most clothing pieces, unless it's a really damn good piece. But this one I did see. I checked on Terapeak. When I'm spending up like that, like if I'm at that level, and I'm having to pay up on something, I would check Terapeak if I'm not finding a lot of comps. Terapeak has 3 years of eBay sales database history, and it has sold for $200. I think a few times. So that's why I did that. So, you know, I do got a bit of the madness, but I do try and, you know, sometimes have frameworks, so I'm not a complete idiot all the time. Because, you know, now this, you know, felt a little cheap, to be honest, in terms of the material, like really, really not that great. But it wasn't too expensive, and it's New Balance for, I want to say it's AS Roma, the Italian soccer club. So this one, I'm going to just list for like $25, you know, because I do like carrying the soccer stuff, and what I consider pieces like that when I pick them up, and I might even price more aggressively than that, they're kind of lead-ins for your store. So you can draw eyeballs into your store by having these kind of things that are good deals for people. This is some retail strategy I have. I'm not some master strategist. I'm just telling you how some of my thinking on it and how I operate. So take less margin on certain items to draw in extra people. Voila. This is handmade in Bolivia. It's got very nice buttons on there, you see? And then, yeah, I paid about $6.50. And the tag's a little bit coming off. It's a little hard to show. Let's see if I can show you. It's got the little alpaca, made of alpaca. So yeah, this is a good piece. Like, you know, I like a lot of those kind of pieces. Oh yeah, I was talking about this. This one I grabbed off, and there were a couple of resellers that had passed through some of the new racks already. And, you know, yeah, these look innocuous as hell. Material actually feels really nice. That's where, you know, building up your experience, not just visually, not just in your mind, but also in terms of touch. Touch is an important thing because, you know, you can just pass through material and sometimes you can sense, oh, that seems higher quality. This seems higher quality. And that's because it's our birdie friend. Swallow, is that a swallow? I'm always being tested on my bird knowledge through everything, and you know, it's not impeccable, but that's Relwyn, Relwen. Very good brand. Size 30. This would actually fit me. I'm not going to keep those. They're too expensive. It's not a brand I care enough about to wear myself. Not that it's bad. It's just not my style. As you can see, I like some funk. Speaking about funky, this one, I couldn't find one comp out there for this. But I know this because it's perfectly my age range. I am 43, so older millennial. And older millennials in my age range, a good portion will know who this is. Manu Chao. Dude, this band was like huge for a minute. I think they're from South America. That's a cool graphic, isn't it? So this is a concert tee, and I don't even know when it's from. But it was not priced too harshly. Tag is Anvil. Cool. Wait, am I showing that correctly? There we go. You know, this is a couple bucks. And that's just fun on style alone, regardless of it being Manu Chao. Oh yeah, this piece is actually pretty sweet. It's heavy as fuck too. But let's see. This is a houndstooth vintage Russian overcoat. I mean, no wonder it's heavy. I mean, they're dealing with their, you know, like just instant depression winters where it's gray and cold as hell all the time. It's even got this tag. I mean, can you call this new with tags? But isn't that cool? Let's see. Does it have more info? I think there's more info somewhere. I mean, it's not going to help me. I mean, it's Russian. I don't know Cyrillic or any of that stuff. That stuff is way out of my league. Although I think the aesthetics of it looks cool. I don't like Japanese. I just love kanji. It's beautiful. This is, this is J. Crew, 100% cashmere. Paid about $7. You know, this is a basic piece, but because it's J. Crew and it's cashmere, that's why I picked it up. So again, you know, this is the kind of piece I'll try and price very moderately to give some people deals. Yeah, this is a polo Ralph Lauren hat with the 3 embroidered. Paid $4 on it, so that's good. You know, I don't find a lot of polo hats. That's another one where you can get super paid on, and they're great because they don't take so much space. One of my thrifting grails I'd love to find is like a vintage, like 90s Ralph Lauren hat, like tied to the Olympics, you know, 92 Barca. That would be amazing. And it's another one where knowledge is very rewarded because there's a lot of subtleties within what to look for. I mean, there's a lot of, I don't know hats that well. It's like shoes and like blazers. I have a steep learning curve on, and then same for like Levi's, denim, all that. But if you're able to spend the time to learn and study, and I would look at like eBay sold comps, and then just various websites, you can find that info. I actually just recently joined on Reddit. There's a subreddit for vintage Levi's. And so I joined that, and it looks fairly active and good. So, you know, it's cool because the collector bases can be very strong, and there's so much knowledge within that, you know. It's almost like institutional knowledge. But once you get tapped into that stuff, you get to learn. And then, you know, if you find a piece that, you know, you know is maybe good, but you don't know exactly how good, you can post on there, and then other people will help you based on their knowledge and experience. But even the pair of jeans I sold, a very nice pair of Levi's I sold for $275 to another reseller. If I'd known about that group, maybe I would have posted on there just to get more bearings on it and on value. But it's okay. That's part of the game, and I'm sure if I thrift long enough, I'll find more cool Levi's pieces. And whoever got the jeans, hopefully they got a very good deal. So anyways, yeah, that's some of the closing. I don't know if you had any favorites or anything. I'm trying to think what my particular favorite was. I do really love that vintage cactus t-shirt, the women's one, the sportswear tag on it. And then one of the first pieces, the embroidered piece, the like long dress with all the crazy, amazing embroidery, beautiful design. I think that's my favorite, actually. So yeah, if you have any comments, added information on any of the pieces and all that, and I hope you really can acknowledge and respect my organizational skill, because I really am doing an incredible job on that. Read terrible. But yeah, and always remember, always keep having fun. And yeah, until the next time, take care. Bye.